Hey guys, so today I'm doing a video because I'm super hot and I'm really tired. So yeah, that makes complete sense to do a video. So basically I'm going to begin with foundation. If I get my foundation jar open, and this is completely spontaneous, I don't even know what I'm going to do, but I know I am going to put my hair back. And then after this video is done recording, I'm going to go in the shower. So I need to take a shower, also my hair will look crazy and I've got sex education tomorrow. So I need to look cool. I'm just kidding, that's totally a joke. I just don't want to have greasy hair for school. Okay, and I'm going to use this little star clip to put my fringe back. So I'm going to go for kind of like a subtle, easy summer makeup video. So yes, okay, so the first thing to do is use a foundation that I like. And I think I'm going to be using this Dream Satin Liquid by just Maybelline. I was going to guess, but I couldn't do it. And I like this, it's really good for summer. You could use a primer, but I'm just going to wash this off immediately after I've applied it, so I don't really see the point of me doing that. Okay, so I'm going to use the Real Techniques stippling brush because I'm going to wash this in like 20 minutes after I've got out of the shower, so I'm going to use this. I love this brush, by the way, it's really dense, so I find that when I use it I get a really good coverage. So, and I think in the summer people need to wear less foundation. I find that, you know, in the summer everyone's just not really that bothered about what you're kind of looking like. It's just more about like the glow sort of thing. I think that's what people's obsession is in the summer, with like this glow that everybody has. So I would definitely just kind of recommend to stick to a really light foundation. This has a medium coverage, this foundation, it's not light. But it has a light enough foundation that you can't really tell that you're wearing too much. Now, I have extremely oily skin, so I want to kind of have a dewier finish but without it not looking oily. And I find that people with oily skin definitely have problems finding a foundation for dewiness but without making them look shiny. So I'm hopefully going to give you a few tips on how to do that today. So blend your foundation really well would be my first tip, especially in areas like the nose where foundation can clog, which can make you look oily. Just really try to blend it out there. Okay, next apply concealer, because concealer is like the holy grail of all products, and everybody should use concealer. And I'm using this Asda concealer, which is really cheap, I know. It's about £1.58, but in the summer you don't want to look like you have zombie eyes and you haven't slept all year round. So use a bit of concealer, and I'm using the Ubu number 35 brush to blend this out. And I would definitely recommend you buy the Ubu Smoky Eye Kit, just because this brush is amazing. I've been using it as a concealer brush for about 2 months now, and I love it. I've tried a lot of concealer brushes out, probably about 7 or 8 in the time that I've been doing makeup, and this is definitely the best one that I've ever used. It's really good at kind of spreading out concealer without making it look too crazy, so I really like this. Alright, next. Okay, so the first thing that I would do if I was trying to create dewy skin but I wasn't trying to make it look oily is use a highlighter without powdering. We are going to powder in a sec, but we're going to use highlighter first, because if you put highlighter over powder it doesn't look too good. And to do this, I'm using Benefit's High Beam. Now, you don't have to buy Benefit High Beam to do this tutorial. Just use whatever cream or liquid highlighter you own. This is actually the only liquid highlighter I own, which is why I'm using it. But you can find them from places like the Body Shop. Not the Body Shop, Body Care, for like £3, so I would recommend buying it from there. And the best way to get dewy skin is to use highlighter, because it kind of creates this almost shimmery glow that is basically the look that everybody wants in summer. Like, everybody's trying to make themselves look really dewy and shiny but not oily, and there's a difference between shiny and oily, believe me. If you look oily, just like you look like you've been running for like 3 hours, but if you look shiny, you've kind of got like a shiny appearance to your skin where it looks kind of glowy. So that's what my difference would be. And I'm going to kind of tilt my head down. You can kind of see how well this reflects against the light, and you can see just kind of like the shine coming along. And then what I'm going to do is use a bit of powder. And I'm going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte, and I'm going to be using this on a Real Techniques powder brush because I love this. It's a really big brush, and I bought this a few days after I bought a stippling brush. I think it was like the day or two after. I'm going to use a really light amount of just a tiny, like almost touched it, and I'm pressing this on because I don't want to apply too much powder because I'm really trying to keep that dewy look, and if I powder too much it will get rid of that whole look. It's more about like the bronzer and the eyeshadow than the actual foundation in summer, but as long as the foundation looks okay, it's alright. Now, I would recommend using a really soft brush or a not dense brush at all when you apply powder, because if you use a really dense brush, then it's not going to look too good. I recommend using this QVS stippling brush. This is completely different to this one. This one's really dense and stubby, and this one's really long bristled and quite flimsy. And this is better for applying powder because when I'm applying foundation, you can just see it like moves. It doesn't like even apply foundation. I don't even know how I cope with this, but just any thin brush. You can even use it on like a giant kabuki. Never use it on like a kabuki brush like this, because this, I haven't used this in ages actually. This is going to buff the powder into your skin, and it's going to really cover your face in powder. You want to use a really big kabuki so that it's really nice and kind of less layered on your skin. So now what I'm going to do, sorry, I'm so tired, is apply a bronzer, because bronzer really good for your skin and making it look really healthy and glow, and have that glow, that kind of the glow. And I would definitely recommend using a bronzer with shimmer in, because if you don't, your skin can kind of look flat. So I'm using this one by Rimmel. It's the Sun Shimmer 3-in-1 in Gold Princess. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen me use this quite a lot, and it has 3 different shades, but I'm not very, you know, just mix them all together. And people just kind of apply bronzer here, which is definitely not the way forward. You should not just apply it there. What you need to do is take it everywhere, especially in the summer. So you need to sort of take it around your temples. So definitely start on the cheek, but don't just keep it on the cheek, if you know what I'm saying. You can see it there, like, and then you want to bring it on the temples into this kind of C shape, up and out. I think Ingrid off Miss Glamrossy says, but I personally like to do it like downwards because it's easier. It's an easier motion for me. And you can kind of see instantly how this half of my face looks defined and this half doesn't. So next I'm using a bit more. Tap off excess, because you don't want to have a load of bronzer, because if you have too much bronzer, I think it can kind of make your face look muddy and almost dirty, so you kind of want to keep it nice and clean looking. Right, now I'm taking a bit more bronzer and I'm putting this on the ears, because if not, we'll have like a brown patch here and then our ears will be white. So I always take bronzer onto the ears, because I use bronzer every day now, especially now it's getting to the summer. I love this kind of sort of infectious sort of dewiness, and I think bronzer kind of helps to really contrast against any highlighting product you use. I'm also taking this down the neck and taking a tiny tap like that and shaking off excess, and taking this across the forehead and down the nose. And you don't want to apply too much to these areas, but you kind of want to make sure you have enough so that it looks sculpted. So this is what I look like now, and yeah, it's looking good. Let's keep going with this look. Okay, so next I'm going to apply a blush. I would avoid using brown blushes. I think if you use a brown blush against this bronzer, it would just not look good. So what I'm doing is I'm using the L'Oreal Paris blush in True Rose, which is kind of like a dull pink. I mean, it's pink, but it's not too in your face. I'm using this on a QVS blusher brush. I should do a review on all of the blusher lines I own, because I own some by QVS, some by Louise Young, some by Ubu, some by Real Techniques, and I have so many different brands of brushes. I think I should just do a video and just compare them all and see what is best. And I'm just applying this on the apples. You can kind of see that pinky glow coming through. And I'm really blending this out so it's not too harsh, because the pinkiness is going to contrast against the brown, which is going to kind of give you that nice glow. Okay, this tutorial has been going on for way too long. We haven't even gotten to the eyes. Now, I'm not going to apply mascara because I've already got some on, so if I apply more, I'll just look like a twat. But, to keep the eyes really, really, really simple, all I'm doing, I'm skipping primer because primer is never good in the summer. I just don't think it works well enough. I'm using this bobby pin coloured base. I think I used to call it a primer, but it's not a primer. And I'm applying this all over the lid, and this is like a creamy, sort of white base. Got some eyelashes that you use underneath eyeshadow to kind of stop it from not sticking and getting loads of fallout. But apply this all over the lid for a little peachy sort of sheen. Just making sure this is all blended in. Can't really see it in the webcam. Okay, and I'm also going to bring this on the lower lash line. So there's kind of like the shimmer all around this area. And then I'm taking this Rimmel Trio in Zest, which I've been liking for a really long time, almost a year now, and it's still not on pan. Looks like this, and I'm taking this colour here, which is the lightest one. And these are so creamy. And I'm not applying this all over everywhere, I'm just taking this on the lid. Like this. And when in the summer, I mean, I don't like to apply a lot of makeup, but definitely in the summer, I find an excuse to apply more makeup because I kind of want this infamous glow that everybody's talking about, and so many tutorials on how to create this glow and this effect. So I'm a little bit inclined to use some. And then I'm going to use some eyeliner, but always use the eyeliner that you feel most comfortable with. Before that though, sorry, I forgot. You want to use a eyeshadow. I'm using white. This one by Maybelline, I mean not white, of course I'm using white. And I'm just sealing in that base with this, because if not the base would crease, because it's quite oily and you don't want an oily base, because unfortunately it will crease your makeup. So yeah. Then eyeliner, this one's by Rimmel. I mentioned in my latest video on my main channel that I didn't like this, and I still stick by that opinion. I don't like it, but I'm just kind of creating a very long wing with this. I mean, obviously if you're keeping this very wearable, you wouldn't put the wing on it, but I kind of want to have some fun. This beat is sick. I want it to go out on your disco stick. Sorry, my butt just made noise. I bet you find it's probably boring, like me applying makeup, but I kind of want to keep going with it because I think it's going well. I always get the angles on my wings completely messed up. Like this one goes like out and this one goes up. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Stay strong, page. Okay. Next. I kind of feel like I've got something on my head. I think it's just because my hair feels so greasy because I'm basically sweating my ass off in here because it's so hot. Next I'm using Marine Pencil by Collection 2000 as a little bit of blue on the lower lash line. Because in the summer I kind of like that pop of blue, and eyeliner is the best way to create it because it stays. Like once I went to school with blue eyeliner and pink eyeshadow, and believe me, it was not an attractive look, so I wouldn't really recommend mixing it. And this looks a bit harsh. Let me try and blend this out a little bit. I'm going to use a brush here by number 7 to kind of blend this out because it looks harsh. It doesn't look that bad in person, but on camera it looks very harsh. And that's the look I've gone for. I'm not doing any more work with it because if I do, then I'll just look like a crazy person. I'm going to go in the shower now, but have a really great day, guys, and I love all of you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!